Hey friends, welcome to your practice today. No props are really needed for this one, but if you know you like to practice with blocks or a blanket or maybe even a bolster for some postures, feel free to pause the video and grab whatever props you may like. So we're going to get started right in a seated position here, and nothing fancy, just any seated position will do. Once you arrive, take a moment to close down your eyes or soften your gaze. So we're just taking a moment or two to arrive in the space. Feel that connection again to your mat. Feel down into your sit bones. Feel the earth supporting you. Relax your shoulders, sit up nice and tall. And then do just a mental check-in. So how are you feeling mentally, emotionally? Now checking in with how you're feeling physically. And as you do so, just know that there's no judgment here. Try not to have a forceful label with how you're feeling or really trying to approach this with that sort of non judgment attitude, if you will. So, really just checking in with how you're feeling. There's no right or wrong answer. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and seal the lips. Start to take an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the nose. Just breathing like that for a few times. Seeing if you can keep a slow, steady breath. Trying not to force the breath or manipulate it in any way. And then for the next one, feel free to keep your eyes closed or that soft gaze. We're just going to start to make body circles here with the upper part. So you can think about keeping the sit bones rooted down towards the earth and just start to make big circles with your upper body here. Maybe wrap hands around the knees to help facilitate that movement and starting to circle in any direction that you feel is organic to you. So for me, I am circling counterclockwise. Still working with that breath in through the nose and out through the nose, and just keeping it nice and steady. Whichever way you are circling, go ahead and pause there. Start to circle the opposite way. Maybe the more awkward way. It might not feel as smooth, and that's totally fine. But we're just looking to warm up the tissues, invite some fluid back into the body. Next time you come back up in the center, take a pause there, and then come back to your upright position and your seated position. Relax the shoulders again. Place your hands on your top of your thighs or your knees. We'll take an inhale, start to arch your spine, stretch the chest forward, lift your chin. Exhale, round your spine, maybe hands wrap around the knees. Find this broadness through the upper back. Inhale, stretching the chest forward, lift your chin. Think about this as being a seated cow pose. Exhale, round your spine. Think about this being as your seated cat pose. So inhaling, come back to that cow pose, arching the spine. Exhaling whenever you're ready. Find that rounding of the spine. Chin can come down towards the chest. So go ahead and move a few more times with your own pace. There's no rush here. Just think about really warming up the body. Keeping the breath at a steady pace. Next time you take an inhale, just come back to center. And then let's make our way to a tabletop position. Hands and knees. And we'll start to invite in some cat-cow here, really warming up the spine a little bit more. So on an inhale, start to lower your belly, lift your chin and gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine. Push the floor away from you, broaden through the upper back. Inhale, lower your belly, lift your chin and gaze. Think about reaching the heart forward, the chest is forward. Exhale whenever you're ready, finding your cat pose. Few more times with your own breath. Nothing particular here, just warming up the spine. Nice fluid flow. The next time you take an inhale, come back to a tabletop. Step the right foot forward in between the hands. And then we're going to pivot this left knee off to the side and come to an upright position. So my back is going to be turned to you. We're going to have our arms out to a T shape here. Think about this as being a mini warrior two. So again, my back is going to be turned to you. I'm not mirroring you. My right knee is bent. Left toes can be tucked here to just help with stability. Think about engaging around the thighs, really pushing down into that left shin perhaps, maybe right foot, gazing down right fingertips. Start to bring right arm to right thigh. Reach that left arm up towards the sky. Just a little bit more of an opening through that left side body here, left ribs. Start to bring your right hand onto your fingertips onto the mat, or plant your right hand, reaching that left arm now a little bit more on a diagonal, kind of finding a mini extended side angle. Nice and slow, we're going to reach that left arm up and back, fingertips to the mat, and then right arm reaches up and over, reaching at a diagonal. So that right leg might want to extend a little bit longer. Think about getting nice and long from right toes all the way to the right fingertips. And maybe you're up on the left fingertip so you can plant that left hand. If you're using blocks, you might want to place that left hand up on blocks. Option to pick up that right foot. Point the toes towards your nose, flexing the toes. Think about this as being a supported half moon. Slowly let that right foot lower if it was lifted. Windmill the arms up and over. Right hand catches a hold of right leg. Left arm reaches over at a diagonal. Spending a few breaths here. And on your next inhale, bring that left arm up and over, plant it to the mat. Right arm reaches up and over. Again, maybe right foot picks up, toes are flexed towards your nose, supported half moon. Lowering that right foot, turning the right toes towards the front of your mat, come up to your warrior two. Nice warrior two here. Find your gaze down the right fingertips. Your next exhale, plant right hand to the outside of right foot. Left arm reaches maybe up and over here, finding this mini extended side angle. Inhale, reach that left arm up and back. Again, right arm reaches up and over at a diagonal. Lengthen that right leg. Maybe pick up that right foot. Point the toes. So we're just moving nice and slow here, no rush. Start to lower that right foot. Again, point the toes towards the top edge of your mat. Come up to your warrior two. Maybe bending that right knee a little bit past that right ankle. And then on your next exhale, planting left hand to the mat, sweep that left knee back in. Inhale, lift that right arm up towards the sky, revolve low lunge. Take a breath in through the nose here and a breath out. Maybe your gaze is up towards right fingertips. Your next exhale, plant right hand to the mat, step that right knee in, come back to tabletop. Inviting in a few cat and cows here. Inhale, lower your belly, lift your chin. Exhale, rounding your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, lower your belly, lift your chin and gaze, find cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, find cat pose. Inhale, come back to center. Step your left foot forward in between the hands, pivot that right knee off to the side. Bring your body upright. Come to this mini warrior two position here. Right toes are tucked. Maybe gazes down left fingertips. Left knee can come past the left ankle if that feels good. Take a breath in here, a breath out. Start to bring your left arm to your left thigh. Reach that right arm up towards the sky, feeling that right side body a little bit more open now. Feel free to reach that right arm at a diagonal, maybe bending that left knee a little bit more. Start to breathe in through the right side ribs. And just keeping a slow, steady pace with your breath. It doesn't have to be anything specific here. Start to reach that right arm up and back. Catch a hold of your mat or up on fingertips. Reach that right arm or left arm up towards the sky. Maybe at a diagonal here. Maybe here's where you also pick up that left foot. Find supported half moon, pointing the toes towards your nose. If that left foot was lifted, slowly let it come down. And then pointing left toes towards top of the mat. Come up into your warrior two. Nice and easy here, no rush. Planting left hand to the outside that left foot. Reach that right arm up towards the sky, maybe overhead here. Again, reaching at a diagonal. Few breaths here. Again, if you're using blocks, maybe left hand is under block. On your next inhale, windmill the arms up and over, right fingertips to the mat. Left hand reaches up or at that diagonal. You choose if you want to lift that left foot, pointing, flexing the toes, or you can just keep it lowered here, really stretching from left toes all the way to left fingertips. You decide. Your next inhale, bring that left arm up and over, sliding down that left leg. Take an exhale here. Inhale, windmill that right arm up and down. Left arm reaches at a diagonal if that feels good in your body, or reaching up towards the sky. Maybe left foot lifts. Come back to your breath. Slowly lower that left foot down towards the mat. Point the toes towards the front of the mat. Come up into that warrior, mini warrior two. Come back to your breath. On your next exhale, plant the right hand to the mat. Sweep in that right knee. Inhale, reach that left arm up towards the sky. Revolve, low lunge. Maybe gazes up towards left fingertips. Nice breath in through the nose. Breath out through the nose. Your next exhale, planting left hand to the mat. Sweep in that left knee. Inhale, your cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, cat pose. One more time. Inhale, lift your chin and gaze, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale, come back to neutral tabletop. Walk your hands a little bit farther away from you. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your knees, lift your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. So here in down dog, feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to. You might want to think about drawing that tailbone up towards the sky. Lengthen through the spine. Let your head be heavy. Gaze might be in between the feet. And it might even feel good to pedal out through the feet here as well. So feel free to pedal out through the feet. Few breaths here. Finding stillness in down dog. On your next inhale, rise up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, extend in mountain. Exhale to a chair pose. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Biceps are up by the ears. Maybe shift the weight into the heels a little bit. Take an inhale here. Exhale, soften your knees a little bit more and forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, soften your knees and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, sides of the waist elongated. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to a plank position. Lower your knees. Exhale to come all the way down. Inhale, curl up into a baby cobra. Little back bend here. Exhale to release all the way down. Inhale, push up into the hands, tabletop. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few breaths in downward dog again. No worries if the heels aren't meeting the mat. Pedal out through the feet if you would like. Inhale here and exhale. Your next inhale, shift forward to plank. Lower your knees. Exhale to come all the way down. And then let's inhale, coming up onto your forearms, having shoulders underneath, elbows under shoulders, finding a sphinx position here. So you can widen your legs if that feels nice. If elbows under shoulders is too much of a back bend, you can walk your hands away from you. That creates less back bend here. So the low back should not feel pinchy, or you should not feel like any sharp shooting pain down the legs. So if you are experiencing that, come out of the back bend a little bit and reevaluate. Spread your fingers wide, really rooting down into the forearms here. Heart stretches forward. Release any gripping around the glutes or the thighs. Nice breath in through the nose and breath out through the nose. On your next exhale, slowly come down to a crocodile position, one hand on top of the other, resting your forehead right on top of the hands. Start to bend your knees. And we're just going to windshield wiper the feet side to side. So take a moment to windshield wiper the feet side to side. Nothing specific here. Maybe you focus in on some sensations that you're feeling around your quad area as you're doing this motion here. Take a few deep breaths. Slowly start to slow down that movement. And then release the feet, release the legs, release any gripping. Push up into the hands, come to a tabletop, just briefly enough to where you can come to a seated position. So once you arrive in a seated position, any seat will do. Just as we began class here, you might have one shin in front of you or maybe a half lotus position, totally up to you. Once you arrive here, feel down into your sit bones again. And we're just going to take a gentle twist. So whenever you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Maybe left hand catches a hold of right knee or right thigh. Right fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift the lower ribs off of the pelvis. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper to the right, perhaps. You can keep your chin tucked towards the right armpit, or you can turn your chin underneath the left armpit. Whatever feels good there. Staying here for just a few breaths. Slowly start to bring the head back up to neutral or center there. Inhale, slowly unwind, come back to center. If you need to shrug the shoulders or roll your shoulders back a few times, no worries, feel free to do that. And then we'll find some stillness here again. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to left knee or left thigh, left fingertips behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist to the left. And again, maybe you keep your chin tucked under the left armpit area. You can slowly turn the head, maybe tucking the chin under the right armpit. And just noticing what sensations this brings up. Staying for a few more breaths here. Slowly start to lift your head, bring your head back up to neutral. Inhale, unwind, come back to center. Any motion here, movement that feels good in the shoulders, maybe even gently swaying the body side to side. Or you can come back to those body circles like we did in the beginning of the class. So anything that feels helpful here, just taking a few extra moments. Start to come back to your easy seated position whenever you're ready. So to close out this practice, feel free to bring hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope this video has found it helpful for you. I hope you have a peaceful day. Namaste.